Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Gavin, also known as Fuserdamus, and welcome back to my Siege of Dragonspear preparation playthrough of Baldur's Gate 1 with this Skald here. In this video we'll be doing some random adventuring, just finishing up a few lower level quests in Beargast and the surrounding areas, having some random encounters, and I guess you'll see what happens.
I stand ready.
To be honest, I'm recording these at such a rapid pace I can't remember which video is which. I'm trying to record, if not all of Baldur's Gate 1 today, then most of it. I want to try to get it all up by the end of this weekend, so I can start Siege of Dragonspear on Monday or hopefully even tomorrow.
Yes, not a problem. I can. Stand ready. With ease.
Please, kind spirits, a wondrous ancient oak is in peril.
Hey there. I'm Baldur. This is my brother, Skald.
Yes. With ease.
Yes, oh,
Here, fellow.
I stand ready.
I find it kind of hilarious that I can sit there, my character just sits and watches my team go, and he's like, you guys can do it, good job. And like, that's his job in this party. Ordinarily my player character is really the center of attention. I think most people are like that. They try to make their player character the most powerful, kind of the center of attention, and I think you understand my thought process. But here with the Skald, he's kind of just like a supportive character, which I find really fascinating, and it makes me rely on Khalid and Jaheira and Imoen a whole lot more. And even though Imoen's just a single class thief, with the amount of dexterity that she has and how quickly thieves level up, she actually has a decent Thaco, and the fact that a short bow can attack twice around is really good. She's actually doing some decent damage. And now that Khalid and I guess Jaheira now has a magical club, I think it's just a club plus one, but they're both getting pretty strong. They're getting enough hit points and a low enough armor class to be able to tank some of the more powerful enemies. I think by the end of this video, Khalid gets another point into his longswords, so he gets even better to hit and damage with that. I'm really looking forward to having him have Grand Mastery. I don't know if the game will go long enough, this or Siege of Dragonspear, to do what I want, but eventually I'd like to get Khalid dual wielding.
What you want? I'm gone.
But before that, I'm going to get his Grand Mastery in longswords.
With ease. With ease.
In Jahira, I'm going to start moving towards scimitars, because you find a +2 scimitar in the, what is that called? The place with the spiders, Cloakwood. Uh, Down near the shore, there's a +2 scimitar over there, which it doesn't have any special abilities or anything, but it does good damage. I mean, obviously, since it's a +2 weapon.
I stand. Not a problem.
I'm also kind of starting to regret this choice to go with axes, unless I can find a reusable, like, enchanted throwing axe in Siege of Dragonspear. As far as I'm aware, in Baldur's Gate 1 there are no enchanted thrown weapons, or at least ones that you can reuse over and over. Apologies for that, my dog is upset about something. So the more I think about Siege of Dragonspear, the more I'm kind of torn about how I want to do it. I mean, I said I want to slow down and read all the dialogues, but I kind of want to read it for myself. I don't know how it's going to work if I'm trying to do post commentary and reading the dialogues to you. I mean, I'm not really interested in doing like voices for different people or whatever. I don't know. I have been known to play Dungeons and Dragons and be the DM, and even in that atmosphere, I feel weird about doing voices for non-player characters. So for doing it on YouTube, I don't know if I'd be down for that. But even just reading it out loud, I want to do post commentary because I feel like if I fuck up, I don't have to go back and replay and do the commentary. I would rather just, you know, have good gameplay and then talk over it. But I guess let me know what you'd like to see, because I guess I could do live commentary, just have less commentary and read out what I'm reading. I'm kind of torn there, but let me know, subscribers or just people watching, just let me know if you would prefer post commentary like all my videos have been in the past, or we could try live commentary.
Not a problem.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
So this was actually pretty good luck. I fought, I think, 2 winter wolves in these random encounters, which they're worth $500 a piece as far as I'm aware, from that merchant in Ashkelp. And they're worth a ton of XP. What the heck? I didn't realize that. 975. And here you see I'm still having this glitch with the stupid resting.
Yes?
Sometimes it's worse than others. Like in that instance, it was pretty quick,
I stand ready.
but others it can freeze my system for like 30 seconds.
Me now, me hungry. Me now, me hasta. You go nowhere. This our bridge. You pay to walk it.
What you want?
So that's honestly all I wanted to do in this area at this point in time. Yes, there is a tome, I think, for a charisma boost, which might be good for my character. Um, yeah, now that I think about it, that's probably worth bothering with. But I ended up not finishing this entire area. But holy cow, did you see how good those gauntlets are for Jaheira? It lowered her armor class by 4, which is fantastic. That makes her so much tankier.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
I stand. Not a problem.
Yeah, and here's that second winter wolf I was talking about. Oh, the reason why I was saying that I kind of regret the choice for axes is that the reason I wanted to do thrown weapons is because they kind of changed how it works. You get your dex bonus to Thaco, and your strength bonus to damage, which is how it should work, and it's how it works in pen and paper Dungeons and Dragons. But in the past, it always worked with your I think it's your strength bonus to thrown weapons, which didn't make any sense for Thaco. But I wanted to try those changes out. But the fact that throwing daggers only do like, I think they do like a D4 or a D6 rather than a D8, and they still get all the same bonuses, and you get to attack twice around with them rather than only once around with the throwing axes. It just doesn't make any sense to use them, particularly since later on I put a point in crossbows with the intention of buying the one that gives you an extra attack per round.
Business has been poor.
Because the more I think about my main character, the more I realize that he's kind of going to be sitting in the background, singing, casting spells once in a while, shooting once in a while for the lower tier enemies, I guess. Another reason why I thought this Skald would be cool is because, I mean, spoiler alert, I'm planning to take that new shaman in Siege of Dragonspear. I want to kind of see how the shaman's summoning stuff works, and I think the Skald Bard Song applies to all your summons as well, so it's basically like casting Bless and Chant for free on all of your summons. I guess it's kind of a rough way to think about it, but it's giving them all +2, I think, armor class to hit and to damage, which is just so good, particularly in this game.
It will be done. It will be done.
I've got the best prices this side of Cormier.
So here I gotta buy my amulet of cheese. If you've watched any of my videos before, you know that I rely on this.
Will be done.
And if you haven't watched my videos before and you're wondering what it is, that amulet allows you to cast fireballs, and any character can use that amulet, and if you sell it to a shop and then rebuy it, it comes back fully charged with like 35 shots in it or something like that. So it can really supplement your area of effect damage if you're struggling with certain, you know, fights in this game. Yeah, honestly, it's the most overpowered weapon in the game. I think you could probably beat the whole game just casting that. I mean, don't ask me to try it because I'm not gonna. But it honestly sounds feasible to me.
Leave us alone, will you? Nothing for you here.
So I killed this lady here on accident, which, I mean, obviously is a mistake, but I'm not too bothered. Thank goodness I came in here at a little bit higher level, because my party gets all these Melf's acid arrows shot at them, and it does a significant amount of damage. Here you see a problem with the pathfinding. I think if I went into my Baldur.ini file, I could probably change that so like the search nodes or the pathing nodes was like double of what it is now. I don't think I would see any frame rate issues with it because I have a pretty strong computer and this game is super old. But I don't know. It honestly doesn't matter to me at all. And to be honest, the lower the pathing nodes, or you know, the number of, what am I trying to say? The lower, yeah, I think they're called path search nodes. The easier it is to kite enemies, because they basically go to where you were, and then they go to the next spot where you were. And if you keep moving and shooting, moving and shooting, they don't like take the path of least resistance, or the, you know, as the crow flies, it's like they're chasing your shadow. Yeah, it's a really poor way to describe it, but yeah. Yeah, Khalid doing 11 damage with a sword is really good, especially since he has that low strength. I think with a 15 strength, you might not even get bonuses to your damage. So that those bonuses are just from having an enchanted weapon, as well as you know, the bard song.
It will be done.
So if you didn't know about these gnolls, make sure you pick up the short sword that they have, because you can turn it in for, I think, 500 XP in Beargast to a halfling named Perdue. Now you'll see me do all that stuff. I think I do it next episode. I end up turning in a whole bunch of quests, and my characters get really strong. You know, the more I play, the more I'm thinking I probably won't even need to grind up any levels inside, like the Ankeg layers. I mean, I might still want to, but I won't have to, that's for sure.
Yes, with ease.
What you want, God?
Really, the only thing I want to make sure that happens is I want Khalid to be level 7 before the final fight. Just because I think he gets an extra half attack per round at that point. Or all fighters do. I think Jaheira would also. But Khalid, I think, is my main damage dealer at this moment in time, which is weird. Because I always thought he was a piece of garbage, but the fact that he's a single class fighter, it just shows the power of that class, even if you have poor stats. And like I've said in the past, I actually like his personality. I like that he's reluctant to go adventuring, but he's devoted to his wife, and he believes in her cause.
Why do I live in such a pissant town?
So I was considering buying luck here, but I don't quite understand the purpose of it. I mean, better saving throws and attack rolls is good, but and minimum damage, I guess it's okay. but it only lasts 3 rounds, if I was reading that correctly.
I stand ready. With ease.
So those 3 level 2 spells that I have now, Glitter Dust, Mirror Image, and Invisibility, I think those are the only ones that you probably ever need in Baldur's Gate 1. Um, I mean, Melf's Acid Arrow can be okay. I've I'm not a huge fan of it. Blur can be decent, and a knock can help if you have a really bad thief. But since I haven't been trying to make Imoen into like a hide and shadow sneaky thief, I've just been focused on lockpicking and opening traps and setting traps. And then she's a decent enough thief that I don't have to worry about knock. But anyway, I mean, Mirror Image basically just mitigates however many attacks that you get, like the mirror images that you get, which is just stupidly good for a level 2 spell. And Invisibility just allows you to bypass things that are really annoying, or escape quickly, because it's only a casting time of 2 and it lasts 8 hours. So if you're careful not to do anything that cancels your invisibility, then you can actually yeah, you can get away with using it for a long time, getting a lot of value out of it. That's another reason why you don't ever need a Hide and Shadows thief if you're playing in a party. You can just cast Invisibility, have one person scout ahead. I mean, preferably whoever's your least valuable in combat. So in this case, it would be my Skald, because I could sit there, I think, singing and staying in. No, they patched that out. Dang it! You used to be able to sing and stay invisible, but in any case, I could just have my character go and scout, and then I mean, I'd just be prepared for everything, and my party would be able to just follow up, and I could play more intelligently just because you have the information. And anyone who plays League of Legends knows that wards save lives. Like, vision and knowledge is very powerful. It can change an unwinnable fight into something that's really easy.
With ease.
Oh, with ease.
I stand ready. It will be done. Yes?
So I was considering doing two-handed swords or halberds or something else, just because bards are interesting in the fact that they can use nearly every weapon, but they're just not good at it. Just because they don't get the extra attacks per round. That's part of the reason why I didn't play a blade, is because playing a blade always, I mean, I always feel like I have to do two weapon style, and I want him to be able to do enough damage to justify, I don't know, justify the 1/2 lore value and giving up the better bard song that the Skald has. But I'm always just disappointed in his melee prowess, at least until the later parts of Shadows of Alm. Like, at that point, once you have haste and all the beneficial augments to your character, like as many casts of stone skin as you need. Improved haste helps a lot. I think you can get Tensor's transformation even, but yeah, like I was saying, until that point where you have the good gear, the good spells, all that stuff, he's just not a good melee fighter. And it kind of takes away from the point of a bard, which is really the bard song. And I don't know. It's kind of sad how poorly bard translates into computer D&D, just because they're so fun in pen and paper. Because you can, I mean, the fact that you can roleplay and the person who's running your campaign can, you know, on the fly use the decisions that you're making and change the game. A lot of times when you have a bard, you can know things that would be unknowable otherwise. You can talk your way out of situations where ordinarily the party would have to fight, maybe even die. It's just an interesting way to play, but it doesn't translate that well into computer D&D. Or at least that's my instinct. Like I said, I haven't played a lot of Bard. I played a blade, a solo blade actually, about halfway through Shadows of Om, and I think I got into throwing a ball with him, but then he started becoming really, really weak because he was like a bad fighter, and he also didn't have the high level spells. And there's some parts of the game where you can't use the overpowered traps that the bard can get. So as a solo character, I found him frustratingly weak in the late game. But as a bardy member, he would be fantastic.
Don't touch me. I might catch something.
But anyway, I'm getting off track. I'll let the video play out. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.
With ease, it will be done. Not a problem. It will be done.
You're at the end of your rope, I'll wager.
Yes? Stand ready.
Weird things have been afoot lately. Weird things have been afoot lately.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
I can make whatever you wish for a wee little bit more than me competition.
With ease. With ease.
You! Hey, you! There's bandits! Vicious! Listen, I'd love to give you a really long and detailed explanation of what's going on.
So,
You're the one.
you there, stand aside by my right as a wizard. I shouldn't be surprised that one, if you wish to die.
Away with you, you pompous creep!
We can't let her escape. Slaughter them all, and we'll sell the samples we find him.
Really sorry about what just happened. So you were kind enough to say, fantastic! Seriously? After all we've been through?
Yes?
Obviously, I had the wrong idea about our friendship. When you're ready to apologize, you can find me at the Friendly Arm Inn.